A very beautiful good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to today's science revision class. Today we are going to learn our seventh lesson. We are going to revise our seventh lesson, separation of substances. What is the seventh lesson, children? Yes, separation of substances. In this lesson, we are going to know about the mixtures and different methods of separation of substances like handpicking, winnowing, decantation, filtration, etc. Generally, we say mixture means more than one item or substances, isn't it? So, we separate components in mixtures for different purposes in our daily life. Now, let us see the separation of substances. All of you open page number 64 and table 1. Okay, see here, items are given. It is a table. Okay, items and substances are given. Now here you have to write. So the first one is tea. The item is tea. And what are the substance hidden in that? Yes, milk, water and tea leaf, isn't it? And next one is the laddu. How we will prepare laddu? What are the ingredients or substances? See here, Bengal gram powder, sugar and oil. Okay, lemon juice, lemon, ice, sugar, water, etc. Concrete. Concrete, you know, no children, it will be used in construction of houses. Okay, sand, cement, gravel, iron, water, etc. And soil, clay, sand and minerals. These are the substances of these above items. You have to complete this. Okay. So the above items are mixtures as they contain more than one substance. Here they are containing more than one substance. So what is the definition of mixture? Combination of more than one substance forms a mixture. So more than one substance forms a mixture. Some mixtures are natural and some are man-made. Okay, some are natural and some are man-made. Now let us know about the methods of separation. Okay, methods of separation. You may come across some of these methods being used in your day-to-day life. So the first one is the hand picking. See this, children? I think you also doing in your house. So stones are separated by hand picking. What can be separated? Yes, stones can be separated by hand picking from rice and pulses. Okay, so we cannot separate salt from sand in this manner, isn't it, children? Salt నుంచి మనం sand ని ఈ పద్ధతిలో మనము వేరు చేయలేము. So only from rice, pulses, the stones can be picked. Okay, by the hand picking method we can take it off, and some big items also can be take off by the hands. Okay, hand picking method is used in separating rotten fruits from fresh fruits and separating oranges and apples also. Okay, children. And the next method of separation of substances is winnowing. So this, like this, did you see any time, children? Yes. When farmers thresh their crops, they get a mixture of husk and grains. So on a windy day, a farmer stands on a high platform and allow the mixture of grains and husk to drop slowly from the platform. The wind carries the husk forward and the grains fall vertically downwards. A separate heap of grain is formed. So as the husk is very light as compared to the grains, farmers use this winnowing property. Okay, children, this is a winnowing, separation of husk and grains. So this Generally we can see in villages, isn't it? Farmers standing on a stool and they will be doing, winnowing they will be doing. Like in this method or in this property, the husk will be separated from the grains. And the next separation method is sedimentation and decantation. In this method, we have to take a mixture of soil and water in a glass tumbler and keep it undisturbed for some time. So, for this, you will be seeing after you will find that the sand and the mud particles in the soil settle down at the bottom of the glass tumbler. These are called as sediments. See the glass, children, at the bottom you can see the sediments. Already the soil and the sand will be settled at the bottom. So these are called as sediments. This process of separation of mud and sand is called as sedimentation. And now coming to the decantation, the water gets separated. The water gets separated from the sediment. ఇలాగా మనకి మట్టి మొత్తం కిందకు వచ్చాక పైన వాటర్ క్లియర్గా అవుతుంది. ఓకే, ఆ మళ్ళీ మట్టి మిక్స్ అవ్వకుండా స్లోగా ఆ వాటర్ని ఇంకొక గ్లాస్లోకి సపరేట్ చేయాలి. So the water gets separated from the sediment. This process is called as decantation. Okay children, this process is called as decantation. The decantation process or the method is used in your home also. In the process of cleaning the rice and pulses, so this decantation method is used. You will be slowly pouring the water from the rice or pulses after cleaning it, isn't it? And next is the sieving. You might have seen flour ante pindi, okay, flour being sieved in the kitchen. Ante pindi jalladinchadamni sieving antaru. Okay, the flour particles are fine, very fine, and pass through the holes, but the husk particles being large are left on the sieve. Generally we use sieves to separate tea leaves from the tea and sand from the gravel. When construction is going on, you will be seeing the sand also will be separated from the gravel. Farmers separate grains which are bigger in size from the smaller ones by sieving method. The bigger grains are then used as seeds or sold at higher prices. Okay, this is the sieving method. So we cannot separate the mud from the muddy water using a sieve. Okay children, only sieve can be used in separation of flour and the husk, okay, and the small and large particles. Filter paper is a sieve made of paper which has very fine holes. We can filter very small particles using this type of sieve. The pores of the filter paper are so minute that we cannot see them with our naked eyes. So think how small will be the filter paper holes. Yes. Activity 3, page number 69. Crystallization. Crystal. See, in the word only you can see the crystal. That means it is not a small particle. Okay. So heat some salt water in a beaker over a flame. See here, we have to take some salt water and just heat it on a flame. Stir the solution with a glass rod. As it is the glass beaker, we have to stir it with a glass rod. Continue heating till all the water in the beaker has evaporated. See that, continue heating, so that what will happen, as you know, when temperature is increased or it is boiling, the water is boiling, the water will be evaporating. isn't it? So what is left behind in the dish after the water evaporated at the bottom? What you will see? Yes, it is nothing but salt crystals and powder in the dish. You will be seeing salt crystals and powder in the dish. So this is the crystallization method. Do you know, in page number 69, water is generally evaporated in sunlight. We use this property while extracting salt from seawater. See here, daily you will be using the salt in preparation of food, isn't it, like curries, etc. From where the salt is coming? Yes, from the sea. But this process, crystallization process, by the method crystallization only, we will be getting the salt. See here, water is generally evaporated in sunlight. Plenty of water will be there in the sea. So we use this property while extracting salt from seawater. Seawater is captured in wide pans. As you know, the seawater is salty. So the seawater is captured, nothing but we have to collect the seawater and we have to place in these buns, okay, captured in wide pans and is exposed to air and sunlight. Then water evaporates and the salt is left behind in the pans. చూడండి, ఇక్కడ బన్స్ లాగా కట్టారు. వాటర్ని స్టోర్ చేసి పెడతారు. దీంట్లో ఏమవుతుంది, వాటర్ అంతా ఎవాపరేట్ అయ్యి సాల్ట్ ఒక్కటి కింద మిగిలి ఉంటుంది. ఆ సాల్ట్ని కలెక్ట్ చేసుకొని రిఫైన్ చేస్తారు. ఓకే, దిస్ ఈస్ ద ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ క్రిస్టలైజేషన్. Get your own distilled water. So distilled water means it is a clear water, clean water, okay, but it is not safe for drinking. It is not safe for drinking, as rainwater is a pure water, same like that it is also a pure water. Okay, so how to get your own distilled water? Let us see now. Fill a conical flask. See here, a conical flask was filled with water. Close it with a cork having a hole. Okay, insert a glass tube. This is the glass tube. Insert it into the cork. Okay, take another conical flask with a cork having a hole and insert another glass tube through it. See, same we have to take two more, but only one was filled with water. Okay, let it heat. Okay, we have to keep this conical flask, let it be heat. See here, now heat the flask containing water using a burner. Using a burner we have to heat this conical flask so that the water in this will be evaporated and collected through this glass tube, and the collected water will be, okay, the water vapor will be collected and it will be passing through this glass tube. Okay, after some time the water vapor goes into the second conical flask through the glass tube. The water vapor will slowly turn to water. The water is in the second conical flask is called as distilled water. It is free from impurities. Okay, in the second conical flask we can see the water vapor changing into water and it will be falling like a drop. So that water is the pure water which is free from impurities. Okay children, and next one is the activity 5, sublimation of camphor. Camphor is nothing but karpuram antaru telugulo. Okay, so sublimation is the another method of separation of substances. Take a mixture of camphor and a powdered salt in a china dish. Okay, దీంట్లో ఏం చేయాలి, క్యాంఫర్ని ఇంకా పౌడర్డ్ సాల్ట్ని ఒక చైనా డిష్లో తీసుకోవాలి అండ్ కవర్ ఇట్ విత్ ఎ ఫనల్. వీ హ్యావ్ టు కవర్ ఇట్ విత్ ఎ ఫనల్. ఓకే, క్లోజ్ the tube of the funnel with cotton. See here, this is the funnel, we have to close it with the cotton. Place the dish on a stand and heat it with a burner. See here, burner is there, we have to heat it. So, when the camphor is heated, it transforms to gaseous form without changing into liquid. కర్పూరము కాల్చినప్పుడు అది లిక్విడ్ లాగా మారకుండా గ్యాస్ లాగా అంటే పొగ రూపంలోనే ఉంటుంది. సిమిలర్లీ ఆన్ కూలింగ్ ద gaseous form of camphor changes directly into solid. అదే పొగని మళ్ళీ మనము కూల్ చేసామనుకోండి, మళ్ళీ అది సాలిడ్ లాగా మారుతుంది, కానీ లిక్విడ్ లాగా రాదు. సో it will not without going into the liquid state. The process in which a substance changes directly from solid to gas form and vice versa is called as sublimation. So this is the sublimation process. Okay children, sublimation is nothing but it will change the solid into gas form without going into liquid form. Okay, remember that sublimation is nothing but changing solid to gases directly. Okay, activity 6, chromatography, a novel method of separation. Chromatography. So to do this, a chalk with the different colors are needed. Okay, take a whole stick of white chalk. We have to take a full chalk piece. Okay, around the curved surface of the chalk, put an ink mark with a blue or black ink. See here, you have to put a mark on the chalk piece with a black or blue ink. Now pour some water in the plate and keep the piece of chalk in the water. So now you have to pour some little water in the dish. Okay, now what you will see, ensure that the water in the plate is very little and does not touch the ink. చూడండి, ఈ ఇంక్ మార్క్ వరకు వాటర్ రాకూడదు, కొంచెం కింద వరకే ఉండాలి. ఓకే, సో now remove the chalk before the water reaches its top. Which colors do you see on the chalk? After removing the chalk from the water, you will be observing some different colors on the chalk. So by this method we can see in a chalk in a color we can see a number of hidden colors. See here, the ink appears to be made of a single color. బ్లాక్ ఇంక్ అనుకుంటాము మనం, కానీ అది ఓన్లీ బ్లాక్ తోటి రాదు, ఓన్లీ బ్లాక్ కలర్ కాదు. ఓకే, ద ఇంక్ అపియర్స్ టు బీ made of a single color, but it is actually a mixture of many colors hidden in it. This method is an example of chromatography. అప్పుడు మనం ఏం చూడొచ్చు, a number of colors చూడొచ్చు. ఓకే, ఆ వాటర్ అబ్జార్బ్ చేసుకొని ఆ బ్లాక్ ఇంక్ స్ప్రెడ్ అవుతుంది. ఆ స్ప్రెడ్ అయినప్పుడు మనకి దానిలో ఉన్న డిఫరెంట్ కలర్స్ అన్నీ కనిపిస్తాయి. ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఒక పిక్ చూపిస్తాను, దాంట్లో చూడండి. Okay, so like this the ink will spread and the colors hidden in a single color also we can see in this chromatography method. So today's homework is what we have learnt in page number 72. In page number 72 you have to write in your homework book these points. See how many are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 points are there. These 8 points you have to write in your homework book. Today's homework is this. See children, only few students, just only 5 or 6 students are sending daily homeworks. See that your exams are coming soon, so you have to prepare well. So these classes will be helpful for you to read. So all of you see the class, follow the class and write the homeworks which will be helpful for your exams. All the best children, all of you read. Thank you. Have a nice day.